My daughter's boyfriend looked me in the eye and said, "Sir, I'll always take care of her." So I gave him one simple test, not a background check, not a lecture, a real test one that revealed what kind of man he truly was. And when he failed, I didn't shout, I didn't warn him. I just smiled, shook his hand, and waited. Because sometimes, the smartest way to expose someone is to let them expose themselves. My daughter, Emma, is 24, kind-hearted, brilliant, too trusting. Her mother, my late wife, used to say, she sees the best in everyone. That's what scares me. After her mother passed, I raised Emma alone. I watched her fall for smooth talkers and charming liars who saw her heart as a convenience store, open, easy, and full of what they wanted. But this new guy, Tyler, was different, or at least he seemed to be. Polite, clean-cut, the type who brings flowers to dinner and compliments your cooking. Everyone loved him. My friends said I was lucky my daughter found someone so mature. But I saw something a flicker behind that perfect smile. A kind of hunger, not for Emma, but for what being with Emma gave him. The breaking point came one Sunday morning. Emma was out, and Tyler came over to help me fix the backyard shed. Halfway through, he wiped his hand, leaned on a beam, and said casually, "So, Mr. Harris, I heard your company's doing pretty well. Must be nice to retire early, huh?" His tone was soft, but his eyes calculating. That's when I knew. He wasn't asking about me. He was measuring what he stood to gain. That night, Emma mentioned he'd been talking about their future home, about how her dad's connections could open doors. I didn't tell her what I suspected. I just said, if he's the one, he'll prove it without knowing he's being tested. And in that silence, my plan began. For 3 weeks, I observed. Quietly, I invited Tyler to help around the house, repainting the fence, clearing the garage, and fixing old furniture. Every time, I'd make the task sound humble, unprofitable, ordinary. He'd show up with excuses. Busy week at work. Sorry. Emma said she needed help with something else. But when I mentioned a business dinner with investors, he arrived early, in a tailored suit, and even asked if he should represent the family. I just smiled. The mask was slipping. The real test came when I told him I was setting up a scholarship fund in Emma's name and asked if he could handle the paperwork. He eagerly agreed. I gave him access to dummy documents, nothing real, just mock contracts, intentionally filled with traps and errors. 2 days later, he came back saying, "All done. I adjusted a few details, saved you a lot of money." That's when I knew I had him. He'd changed the terms to make times himself times a co-signatory on a fund that didn't exist. I didn't confront him immediately. I waited until Emma invited him to dinner with both families, his and ours. The perfect stage. Midway through dessert, I said, "Tyler, I want to thank you for helping with Emma's scholarship paperwork." He smiled proudly. Then I placed the printed documents on the table. "These?" I said calmly. "You mean the ones that legally make you the fund's co-owner?" The room fell silent. His parents froze. Emma blinked, confused. Tyler stammered, It was a misunderstanding." I leaned forward. "I built those files myself. They're fake. Every line, every figure. The only real thing was your signature." He went pale. Emma whispered, "You tried to steal from my dad?" He looked at her, then at me, and I saw it. That flicker again. The hunger turns to fear. He stood, muttering something about needing air, and left. His parents apologized quietly before following him out. Emma didn't cry. She just sat there silent, processing. And for the first time, I saw her finally see someone for who they really were. A week later, Emma sent me a message. "Thank you for showing me," without saying a word. Tyler tried reaching out, of course. Claimed it was all a test of my trust. Said he was just checking how protective I was. But by then, his job offer had mysteriously vanished. My friend in HR had heard what happened. Now he's a name we don't mention. Emma moved on. Smarter, wiser, no more flowers hiding thorns. Sometimes, the best lessons don't come from heartbreak, but from silence and patience. I didn't test him to ruin him. I tested him to protect her. And in the end, I learned something too. Wolves don't change when fed. They only get hungrier.